Hi guys, welcome to Robin Hood Diaries today. Glad you could be here with me, as always, you know that. Sometimes when I overthink these things just a little bit, doing the dishes like I'm always saying, or taking a shower, they don't necessarily quite come out the way that I kind of wanted them to, although they may to you. So I had all of these moments, like these celebrity moments, Juliet Prowse and BB Newirth and whatever, and all this theater stuff I was going to drop on y'all. But I just thought, you know what, let me just walk through my own stage career really briefly, just takeaway, because there's only 5 moments or performances that I'm going to touch on briefly, each one of them, all 5, and then just sort of leave it there. Their takeaways, same difference. What's the difference between me and name dropping some theater people? So, and of course, I'm stage trained, as you all know, for the most part, for better or worse. And so here you go. It all started with joining La Mama after I studied with Lee Strasberg. I'm an OG member of La Mama Theater, and when I first joined in '74, there was a play called The Petrified Man by a relatively well-known playwright. I can't remember his name. And I was taken under the wing of Jackie Lynn Colton, who was so OG with La Mama, going from here back all over to Manhattan and everything, that she's kind of like co-founder. Her, Danny Goldman, was my director later on in another La Mama thing. So kind of my takeaway from The Petrified Man, which was on the west end of Melrose, right next to, it was Theater Vanguard, next to, shoot, I can't remember the name of that damn restaurant. Oh, Figaro's, which was the spot at the time for Hill Food. What else was new? So I got to co-star in this play with Marion Mercer. Marion Mercer, I think, is an Emmy Tony winner. Y'all may know her just off the top of your head. Otherwise, you can Google her, Marion Mercer. I was privileged enough to work with her in my first La Mama production since '74. I had to have a full bio in the program and everything. But I play her son in it. It's her as a beauty stylist, Jackie Lynn Colton as the customer, and me as the rambunctious son. And it's all just in a chair with a beauty table. Me and a stack of comic books interrupting everything. So that was that. My real takeaway from that was it was the first time and being thrown into it, because I didn't really know the musical theater stuff that I did at the Actors Studio and with Lee was not like a performance, not anywhere near. All the musical theater stuff that Lee turned me over to Frank and Jeannie Robbins to do with 2 other adults, and these like little mini, like showcasey snippet musical theater things weren't real performances. Or didn't end up being. So we are doing this, and I feel the fear or the thrill and the combination, the tightly twisted combination of both from being backstage at a real performance. Now, it was a 99 plus, or minus, as it were, but it was equity. I was equity when I joined SAG, '71, folks. I was member of 3 because after was separate and so on and so forth. You had to be a member of 3 if you wanted to do radio, if you wanted to do TV, movies, and if you wanted to do stage, you had to keep up as a member in good standing with all 3 unions, which I had to do by '74. So that's my takeaway from The Petrified Man, just this awe, shock and awe of actually like a real performance with a real, I mean, the pedigree of La Mama is like, I don't know what to tell you on that one. So, '78, there's a play again with La Mama. I'm a member of La Mama, and there's this play based on a hijacking that had just happened. And it was a hijacking of Israelis that turned into a big TV movie. Kim Richards got my part of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Escape from Witch Mountain, my part. The kid, the minor in the story. And then they made another movie of it. There was like 3 movies of it, whatever. Well, ours was the first theatrical production because it was on the tail end of it. It was called Skyjack 76 Entebbe. As ensemble, won Drama Critics Circle Award. And, my takeaway, I guess, from that, I think I touched on it very briefly in another show, is that had to go to 2 theaters because it was so popular.